This is the main event of Qatar Pro Wrestling Super Slam. Joe Nebraska, the franchise, Shane Douglas bringing you the QPW World Championship battle. Senior referee Steve Linsky shows the prize. Chris Robber has reigned as champion 1,301 days and counting.
It's like an incredible multi-course meal. Every match getting better. It's been an incredible night of wrestling so far, and now we cap it off with this incredible title defense by Rob against a very, very well-seasoned El Patron.
It was the first ever QPW champion of the world, 2015. Beat Bobby Lashley and Lopa Triple Threat Rules. Alberto El Patron is the opposition. We've talked all night about famous wrestling families. El Patron has grown up in a famous wrestling family. Talk about his father, Dos Caras, talk about his uncle, Musculus. Born and bred from day one to be a success, he has not disappointed. Multiple-time world champion and still going strong. Number one contender for the Qatar Pro Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. This is going to be a matchup that's going to be one for the ages.
Amen to that.
Robber has based most of his career in Europe, I believe a native of Austria, but he has traveled the world. Studying under Dory Funk Jr., Riki Choshu, WWE's old Florida Championship Wrestling developmental territory. Ouch. Our takedown to El Patron. And pretty even matchup physically, wouldn't you say?
I'm just going to say almost exactly equal in size, in speed. I might give Robert a little bit of edge on the strength, but El Patron is very, very underrated in the strength department. Very much stronger than he looks.
Similar height, similar weights, and similar impacts, but it's El Patron who takes down the incumbent champion. And you've heard throughout this segment the chants of C echoing throughout this building in Qatar in the Middle East again. You gotta love the fact that pro wrestling knows no geographic bounds and way it can reach its audience.
Absolutely. Look, the thing on that tackle just now by El Patron is sometimes being this big and tall can work against you in wrestling. It gives you a higher center of gravity. But in that case, he had a higher advantage on Robert and put his mat right to the his shoulders right to the mat.
Robert slips it underneath of the El Patron punches and fires back with some of his own.
He's laying into it.
You've got to be the aggressor. You've got to be on the offensive here when you're against Alberto because he can capitalize on the simplest of mistakes or hesitations.
No doubt about it. Patron just did the right thing in sliding out by himself some time to get away from that onslaught.
El Patron sends Robert into the guardrail.
Still feeling those punches.
Hard into the ring post. I'm having a hard time speaking to someone else who has held a major championship in this era as long as Chris Robber has. He has so much momentum behind him. This has been his house for so many years now. And we'll turn things around on El Patron. He's in for the fight of his life and he wants to stay there, but certainly history would dictate Robert has the advantage.
Well, look, like you said, Robert's got that extensive European background, and now for 1,300 plus days being the champion here of Qatar professional wrestling, he's really got the upper advantage here. His home as far as he's concerned.
Patron broke through the guardrail. Look out, they're in the people.
Fans better get the hell out of the way to Robert to get a fist to come upside the head.
And these fans who have watched and idolized these athletes for so long probably never anticipated they get this close of an interaction.
And I don't think they want to be this close to the action.
Well, if they know what's good for them, they'll keep their distance. With the World Championship at stake, anything's liable to happen. Ouch. Swarm of people following them.
They're taking this into the cheap seats.
Yeah, if there is such a thing.
Ooh.
They are battling all over Ali bin Hamad Al Attiyah.
Very well said. Oh.
streets of Doha before we're done.
Yeah, this gets dangerous when you're out there because you have no idea what weapons are laying around. Bottles, cans, chairs, garbage cans, barricades. There's so much that you can use to your advantage. I'm not quite so sure how much El Patron has experience in taking it to the extreme.
Heck, you could pick up one of these children and swing them. It looks like Patron.
He's got something there.
Wow, I'm not sure if he needs a refreshment or a weapon, but either way, it looks like El Patron realized he was maybe not in his element outside of the barricades and amongst the people here. Maybe that was more advantage Robert, not sure. Oh, gosh. Swung that thing right at the eye of Robert. Ooh, Sting and throw you off your game, and now Patron comes back with a DDT. 2 count.
Now this is where Patron is at his best inside the squared circle. You mentioned his pedigree earlier. Mil Mascaras, Dos Caras. This guy knows what to do inside the squared circle.
About 2 count only. And Alberto El Patron is one of those guys where we obviously know that he comes from money. He's very rich. He's very well off. He can cash his own ticket here. He can write his own ticket. Alberto El Patron only goes where Alberto wants to go. We're just thankful he's chosen Qatar Pro Wrestling. He's come here because the competition is the best anywhere in the world, the most diverse anywhere in the world, and he wants to be the flag bearer of this organization.
Yeah, again, nobody in this business that gets to this level wants to be known as number 2. They all want to be known as the top. And the place to do that is to come to QPW right here at Doha. Oh, look at
Alberto's got the arm. Alberto's got the arm stretched across that top ring rope. He had to break before 5 or else he'd be disqualified. But that's a perfect setup for Alberto's cross arm breaker.
4.5 seconds on the arm. And look, Robert, the champion, is in trouble. His arm is now hurt.
Hurt and immobile. Robert is afraid to put any motion, any movement into that arm and shoulder. And Alberto noticed, we mentioned earlier about how quickly he can capitalize on a mistake. Alberto saw an opportunity, didn't even take a second to capitalize. But Robert comes back with his good arm, flying back elbow, and trying to shrug the pain off and press on. Swinging neck breaker by Robert, hook of the leg. And you can sense Robert maybe feels he needs to finish this matchup as soon as possible now that he's sensed how quickly Alberto can switch directions.
Yeah, he's still pulling that left arm in tight too from that hold by Patron. Oh. Patron's head just snapped away from his elbows.
You can feel the impact of these elbows and these forearm strikes. Fishelinski has to get involved, and well, that was all Alberto needed. Again, switching directions, coming back with a clothesline. Robert's refusal to break in the corner now becomes an advantage for Alberto. Backcracker connects.
You see how Robert bounced?
Do we have a new champion? Alberto thinks so, but Alberto left the right side of the body exposed.
These are 2 really big men. When I talked earlier about the heat inside this building, it's got to be taking its toll on these 2 men. How much longer can they go? We saw the toll it took on Rhodes and Mundo. The same thing's going to be happening to Patron and Robert right here in the main event.
And Alberto signaling for the cross arm breaker. If he can hit it dead center of the ring, we could have a new champion after 4 long years. Robert counters. Gets the foot up. The clothesline connects.
Well, Patron was able to try to tuck under that a little bit, minimizing the impact.
Hooks the leg, 2 count only. And again, you gotta wonder if the left arm of Robert is renting space in his head after the damage that's been done.
He's working on it right now. It's definitely getting part of it. It looks like he's got some kind of tape underneath there too, some kind of coach's tape, athletic tape.
Oh, Alberto drops down with the knees on the arm.
Oh!
Thrust kick to the face, Alberto.
New champion.
Got him though.
How the hell did he kick out of that?
You've got to be one of the absolute best in this entire world if you're going to wear the Qatar Pro Wrestling World Championship. You cannot underestimate somebody like Chris Robert, who has done everything that he's done in this organization, not to mention Japan, not to mention Germany, England, the United States. Another world travel athlete. And Alberto, it looks like he's kicked it into a new gear. The intensity on the challenger is very evident.
Robert's really favoring that left arm still.
Robert was perched. Alberto may have been heading down with a stomp right to the chest cavity. Robert countered, grabbed the arm, propelled Alberto over the momentum.
I don't know if he knew what he was doing or that was just desperation.
Alberto set face first. This'll do it. No.
You can see both men noticeably slowing down. The heat's now taking its toll. At this point, it's any man's game.
Heat, not to mention the competitive nature of this matchup, back and forth.
They're mesmerized by this man.
Cross-arm breaker! Alberto had the cross-arm breaker dead center of the ring. You saw the damage it did on the ropes, but Robert tapped away nearly 4 years of history.
We need official Steve Linsky ready to make the count, ready to call for the bell.
How much longer can Robert fight? You can see the distance between his body and that arm, but Robert to his feet. Plants the boot to the sternum. Alberto no choice but to release the hold.
Damage done though. Look at Robert holding that wing.
Again, immobile. With the feet up, Alberto counters. Oh, he got the double stomp that time. It didn't work in the corner. Alberto adjusting the fly. Will this be enough? No.
Heart of a champion refusing to say die.
Alberto almost refusing to accept that count, but he'll have no choice. Action continues for the World Championship at Super Slam.
You can file all your objections later. Right now, Patron has got to take the fight to the champion. There's only one way, as the Nature Boy always said, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. To be the champion, he's gotta beat Robert.
What's Alberto doing? Alberto looking under the ring. I give credit to referee Linsky here, not trying to count Alberto out, but what is Alberto trying to do? Oh, wait a second. Alberto with a chair, but this is not, to my knowledge, a no disqualification match.
And this is not your standard American chair. This is one of those wooden and steel heavy Kataran chairs. It ain't gonna feel good to get hit with.
DDT! Alberto planted skull first on the chair. Linsky was tied up on the outside. Robert's gonna steal it. No! Alberto El Patron, it wasn't the most forceful kick out I've ever seen, but it was enough. Robert did not have enough left to put body on body contact fully, and that may have given Alberto El Patron a chance.
As many championship matches I've been in, and at the end of the rope and you know you've got nothing left in the gas tank, and something, the heart of a champion, keeps you fighting. This is impressive to watch.
Alberto, a tornado DDT from the second rope. Robert got planted. You can see Alberto has not recovered from that chair.
Yeah, it's taking him time to cover. Precious time to the champion.
Could this be it? No. You can sense frustration, perhaps desperation on both these athletes.
No doubt about it. Patron's going to realize you're not going to win a match, especially a championship match in QPW, by protesting a 2 count. Take the fight to the champion. Beat the champion.
Alberto going high risk this late in the matchup. Could this be a mistake?
Oh.
Robert sends Patron off balance. Patron keeps his footing, at least for a moment.
Oh. Oh, it's just smacking him in the back of the head.
Oh, wait a second.
Bad position.
That's the double stomp Patron was looking for. Got all of it this time. And Alberto El Patron has won the world title.